Oh yeah, I'll have to. I'll just pull it up on here for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This never works. Okay.
I think this is one of the best songs of the 70s on the short list of my favorite Floyd songs in general.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Cool.
I think it's interesting that we both had it in one bag, obviously different ages.
Better run through the jungle.
Wow,
Got CCR going in my head right now.
Oh, I bet you do.
Oh my goodness, I remember when I was your age. Seriously, like it was yesterday. So yeah, that's a good point. It goes
All
by
right.
anyway.
I mean, yet again, I thought the sound effects in here are great. You get the ticking of the clock.
Yes.
Like, oh man, what's gonna go down? And then a lot of it is one of the best of all time. And it appears in so many publications. So
Art going in on.
I love it, man.
It's a great way to end this album off. Like we said, guys, the rankings are for fun.
All right,
but I
pin
think
it.
number one for me
Pin
is
it.
questionable.
All right,
Some
cool.
people might have
Cool.
money
Oh,
there.
there's already 4 people in here. What up, y'all?
What up, everybody?
You know, it's that awkward moment where we're waiting for the other video to end, but you got to put it up soon enough. You know.
Look how much better that picture is than even on here.
No, you're right, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. What up, Josh? My guy, and Ryan?
What up, guys?
Ryan, I have the Queens of the Stone Age done for you, man. I need to. I'll send it to you after this. Actually, sweet man, sweet.
Sweet man.
Hey, we're not too far
We
behind,
don't
I
need the
guess.
stereo there.
There's not much of a delay on this these days. Oh man, we got the whole crew up in here. D right here. You know, Dark Side's good whenever I own not one but 2 shirts.
Yeah, that's true.
Of them. You know, I had the one with the album cover on it, as you saw just now in the video, and then also got this. Shout out to Target, baby.
Shout out to Target.
Man, big time. What up, man? Carl. I'm glad, Carl, you're in here because I know you're a massive Floyd fan.
Yes, exactly.
And,
yeah, you're adding some good stuff. Bart was adding some good stuff in there. What's up,
yeah,
man?
Yeah, Bart went to school with Rick Wright's kids. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. All right. Well, we'll give one more minute and then we'll get to discussing, man. We'll get to discussing. Bobbyville up in here. What's good, y'all? Want to also plug, before we get talking about this, we uploaded a little unboxing video with my buddy Caleb, who has some unbelievable Beatles and Led Zepp pieces in there. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to do that. A couple Led Zepp signed albums, some Beatles full autographs, and then my favorite piece was the Lennon Double Fantasy signed record by him and Yoko, one of only 6 in existence. So be sure to check that out. We were really, really pleased to have that. But
and I mean, shoot, Train, whenever you can get more Yoko.
Yeah, bro.
You got to do it, right? You got to do it.
I
need a posture check. I looked like I was about
Dude.
2 foot tall, but
posture check.
hard times.
Waters. Yeah, I think a couple people in here were going to go see Roger in concert, but obviously COVID happened. Looks like it's rescheduled for August 2022. All right.
That sucks, Bobbyville. The older these guys get, man, you want to get it done.
Carl, bringing up a good question here. Best Floyd album: Dark Side, Wish You Were Here, or The Wall? I think it's undisputable that this record is obviously the most iconic album and changed the course of the band forever. Ness was mentioning it a little bit, but this is their 8th album, man.
Yeah.
8th record, and a lot of their early stuff, first couple records with Sid, obviously heavy in that psychedelic, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, Your Mileage May Vary. I particularly enjoy it, but it is a bit out there. And then you have
I don't know why I'm wearing this. Go on, Trey.
You're ready at any time. I
ready
love
at any time to get that listening party underway.
And then, we really, with Saucer Full of Secrets, started going a little more experimental, and then, started to find their way. I think metal is fantastic music. That's a great early record, but obviously this really pushed them into the mainstay. And, it's just mind-boggling. There's never going to be an album, I don't think, of the way the current music landscape is, that's ever going to touch the sales.
No way. All the sales records stand where. Can Ken, yeah, we got this mic a little while back, but it's pretty new. It's not the same mic we used shooting that video with the lapels. Well, as far as the Wall goes, guys, I like the Wall. It's just not an album I'd ever listen to again. Certain songs, just because it's a front to back, it's more like we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's a cinematic piece.
Mhm.
I can see why it's a lot of people's favorites. It's a cinematic piece, man.
I have "Wish You Were Here" as
Me too.
my top record. I mean,
I get why people have this. I mean, it's a
in the top 50 albums of all time list that I did, I had "Wish You Were Here" at number 1.
Yeah,
man.
you did. I think I had it at 3.
I just think it's a extraordinary piece of music that doesn't have 1 second of a filler or drop on it. And I mean, Dark Side though is just unbelievable in concept as well. And I think Dark Side's one of those things where it's constantly going to touch younger generations
Yes.
and kids growing up. You see it on all these top albums lists. Yep. And as people start to branch out just from what they hear on the radio or whatever, and of course now the accessibility is so easy. You could look on YouTube. You don't even have to have a streaming service to get Dark Side rocking and rolling. I think, and two, as we touched on a lot, that the themes on this record are so timeless.
Yeah, they definitely are. The mental illness is obviously much more of a focal point now in our society, can be talked about without being shamed. Back then it was a totally different animal. The money, obviously, and the time. Money and time, those two things are never going to change.
No, you're right.
People are going to want more of both. So
us and them with the war, it's just timeless music that you don't get tired of. Even if before preparing for this video, I hadn't listened to Dark Side in full for, I don't even know, well over a year and a half
me
or
too.
whatever.
Me too.
Then you listen to it, you dive back in, and it's one of those that it's gripping right away, and it doesn't get old, man.
No,
and
it doesn't. It doesn't get old.
That's a rare thing, and I think that's one of the reasons that it has sold so many. And somehow, some way, Meatloaf's "Bad Out of Hell" has apparently sold more than
it has. You got it.
I don't know if I believe that. No offense. I was going to try to keep the Meatloaf slander down.
I was going to say, here it comes, man. Here it comes.
But man. Let's see. What
I don't think Dark Side has songs that stand out necessarily. It's the whole experience. Yeah, I don't think there's a song on here that I throw on and listen to all the time or anything like that. I would definitely pull "Comfortably Numb." I would pull "Wish You Were Here." I think it's their best song. Might be my favorite song of all time. I'm not sure. It's right there.
I would say from this record you could pull off "Time" and "Money."
Yeah.
Maybe "Us and Them."
But I don't think they're as rewarding as some of those other quote singles. No, yeah, I agree with you.
You're right. It's just awesome. What up, Nicole in here? I know this is Nicole's favorite album of all time, and that's even her cover. It's even her profile pic.
That's right. What up, Shane?
My guy Shane up in here
working.
Pink Floyd, man. If Pink Floyd and Meatloaf would have collabed, that would have changed the game right there, ladies and gentlemen. Changed the game. It's interesting because on the original release, there's only 9 tracks, actually. But since I believe 76 or somewhere in there, they've separated out "Speak to Me."
Yes.
And so that's kind of where you get a little difference there. But I just love the way how we start with that heartbeat. And I think for a lot of people, this might be their first experience with a concept record.
Yeah, it was basically mine that I knew of at the time, at least whenever. And I just listened to it, as I mentioned on there, 2 years ago, whenever we did this review. It's the first time I'd ever listened to this album, just because it's one of those things I always say, why would I go buy this album? Growing up in the 80s, when I buy the stuff I was listening to.
In a small town, your parents not into it. It's a different ballgame.
When else would I go buy it, right? I was just listening, but on streaming and once we started doing this channel, I got to get acclimated to a whole other thing. So I was out of music for a long time. You get a family and you get a job and you get it gets a little bit different. But yeah, man, it was my first foray, and I probably listened to this thing 20 times whenever we reviewed it. Just
it just
to really get the feel for it.
It's one that just kind of cinches down to you, so to speak. My guy Deep Blue with the lovely freaking emoji game up in here, man. Let me see. Golden Era really was 71 to 77 when it was all lyrics by Waters. When it became all songs by Waters, it became Yeah, a bit of an autocracy. Yeah, I noticed that when I went through their catalog. I think that golden period where you had that Gilmore and Waters partnership in particular, and shout out to Wright as well. He's a star
man.
on this album. I love his organ work and some of the synth work that he does. Mason, those two guys don't get, brought up as much, obviously, because Gilmore and Waters are such titans. But I want to highlight their contributions, man. The Pink Floyd would not be the same without
definitely
either of those two gentlemen. It's big time. And Steve quoting one of my favorite lyrics ever. One day you come to find 10 years has got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the sun.
Yeah, I talked about that in the video. That's like one of my favorite lines. That's the most fantastic. Steve, you know it, brother. You and I getting a little bit more mature up there. You know it, John. You know it too. Yeah, man. When Ness mentioned like Sgt. Pepper's is not a concept album. I don't know why we keep getting sold on that. This was. We don't own it on vinyl, did we, Trey? I don't think we got Wish You Were Here.
We got Wish You Were Here, the original. On vinyl. I haven't picked up vinyl in ages since kind of switched to CD just for cost and just ease and whatnot, especially with vinyl prices. But who knows? Any idea where I can find an original Young Americans album? Michael, probably I would check eBay. I would check the app Discogs.
Yeah, Discogs is where I'd look.
Your Facebook Marketplace, even different stuff like that. Discogs might be your best bet
because you'll know that it's guaranteed that it's a first. You go those other routes, you can sometimes get taken a little bit.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, Steve, me too, man. When you're 14, you ain't listening. Time goes quick. You're like, yeah, not really.
This is a good question by Chow, just about concept albums in general. What is the first concept album? I've heard it said that some Sinatra records in the wee small hours is a bit of a concept.
Was that like 58? I think 59.
Yeah, maybe 60 something. But I've also heard even before that, Ray Charles might have had a couple. It's so tough to pin down in music. Like, what was the first ever this or that?
55, Josh says.
It's 55. Okay,
I knew it was in the 50s.
Oh yeah, I was way ahead.
Come on, Trey.
Frank Sinatra. See, Bobbyville was. I'm
surprised Joseph didn't correct it. He was around and he probably bought it when it came out.
But yeah, man. What else we want to talk about? I
don't know. There's not as much to talk about on this one, just because we kind of in agreement. Man. It's the experience. Kind of everyone has the same thoughts on it. Just about. There's not any great argument point when we do the Beatles ones. Which, by the way, Sgt. Pepper's is next Thursday, same time, same place.
I guess we can discuss two more things before we'll head over to Twitch to listen to this bad boy, y'all. The cover. Is this the most famous album cover
It's got to be up there, right, guys? It's got to be up there, man. Everybody knows what that cover is. People wear it on their shirts even if they've never listened to the album.
Yeah.
That's the...
I mean, yeah, it's sold in Target, to this day, this many years. I mean, the only ones I think would be in contention would be maybe Abbey Road.
Yeah.
And I know somebody mentioned last time Velvet Underground and Nico. I don't think the Banana is a very popular.
But I don't think people.
I think non-music.
John's right. John's talking about the cover right behind us.
Sgt. Pepper's would be up there as well. For more, recent stuff, Nevermind, that would have to be up there. That's a good call right there, Josh.
For sure.
And so Peppers and Abbey Road are definitely the Beatles' most iconic. The Stones, it's tough. I mean, Sticky Fingers is a little iconic, but it's not to this level.
No, not.
And I mean, I guess you throw MJ's Thriller in there just since it's the best-selling album of all time.
Gotta get Mike with the white suit.
But yeah, that's interesting. And then the whole I'm curious. I want to tee this up to y'all. Have y'all ever done the whole Wizard of Oz Dark Side little listening at once? I actually did a little reaction for
Deep Blue.
For Deep Blue. I wasn't able to upload it because it got blocked due to Wizard of Oz, and then it just kind of was pointless to
upload it. Yeah, exactly.
But it is up on Patreon. And it's one of those things where, I mean, the band said there's no way. I mean, you got to remember too, at the time this was recorded, there's no like home theater stuff. You couldn't bring in a VHS.
Yeah, exactly.
To sync it up. But it is kind of a cool little internet cult thing that has really grown into something. And who knows, maybe one day I'll try it out to see Dorothy and the Tin Man vibe into time, I guess.
True. Joseph says Woody Guthrie had the first concept album, Dust Ballads, in 1940. He owns the original copy from the day. He went down to the 5 and Dime and picked that baby up when it was released.
The 5 and Dime. Shout out to the great Woody Guthrie, baby. No, that's funny. A couple people in here saying they tried it. they tried it once.
It's just crazy anybody to even think of that, though. How the hell did somebody think?
No,
like,
I know.
Sort of that way.
It's
Let's
one of
try
those
this.
weird things in your mind where, like, once you want to see it,
you can see it,
even though there's no resemblance. Yeah, you know, like, but that's interesting. But Carl said that it syncs up more than you think. That's we'll try, man. I'll have to try one day. But I'm trying to think. Anything else. And I want to shout out to Pink Floyd just in general, their label and stuff, because they're one of the best, you know, bigger bands that allow all their concerts, you know, and albums up here and full reactions, and they never block your stuff or anything like that.
That's so rare, guys.
Somebody just uploaded a like concert from where they played this whole record in full. I could only imagine seeing them in their prime playing Dark Side. And shoot, man. And I think there was a couple where they played Dark Side and Wish You Were Here at the same concert in the same night. That I would have died, man.
That would have been
that might be like the top concert I would ever want to go to.
It's right up there.
I mean, seeing like the Beatles or something
would
be cool, but
27 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's just it is what it is. But
Bobby, the Dark Side of the Moon syncs up really well to Paul Blart. Look it up on YouTube. I'm not joking.
Paul Blart, the legend over here, man. Well, I think we touched some good stuff. But we'll continue to. If you have any more questions, y'all, you can drop them in Twitch. We will head over to Twitch right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Get your headphones, your drinks, and your snacks ready.
No, that's right. I got it pinned. We'll give about 5 minutes or so to get people over. And 42 minutes. Going to be fun to experience this together, y'all. Be running polls and all that good stuff. And now that YouTube has polls, who knows? Who knows, man? Maybe we'll try with something we know won't get blocked over on YouTube here. But see y'all in a few, and see you next week.
Sergeant Pepper,
same time and place, baby.
Some of you might not be too happy with this. We'll see.
I just got that edited. I will put it up on Patreon tonight, y'all. Hopefully, the lovers of When I'm 64 aren't too angry.
Yeah, just be prepared. Now, one other thing, we will put up another thing up for 2 weeks from tonight, because we'll probably do it the same way. I don't know. We hadn't talked about it. Dylan, somebody like that.
Yeah, something like that. That would be tight.
Dylan, maybe Bowie. I don't know.
Bowie, Zepp, Doors. There's
one of those. So we'll put it up this weekend because we'll do the same thing a live premiere. We're going to try to do that through the summer. The same thing, 6 o'clock every night here on YouTube. So.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for stopping by. See you over at Twitch.
Yeah, head over to Twitch, guys. We'll see you in a bit.